Okay, welcome back to Stockholm. I have here Andri Snær Magnason, the keynote speaker from Stockholm. It's very nice to have you here at the BIM Summit by Symetri, Andri. Great presentation, and you really got me thinking. So, yeah, how do you feel now after the presentation?
I feel good. I was a bit. My clicker did not behave, but otherwise, I'm just glad to have the opportunity to kind of bring this message to this important group, because, like I was talking about in the presentation, like we are moving different forces than architects or builders have ever done before. You know, like. There's so much to rethink, and there's so much to redesign and remake that it's a very big task that is in every field.
If we start off, as a filmmaker, you get to travel a lot, of course, and you, as many of us others, have been into very many different buildings. Which is the coolest building that you've been in, and why?
It would have to be a very obvious answer. I think it would be the Pantheon in Rome. I think I was totally overwhelmed by, like, the building is 2,000 years old. And now we're talking about buildings lasting, what, 40, 50 years? So it's both carbon neutral, it's 2,000 years old, and it's made of magic material, this Roman cement that we haven't been able to replicate. Even though we put a man on the moon, we haven't built a Pantheon yet. So there's lots to discover.
Yeah, so basically we have a lot to learn then regarding sustainability from ancient Rome.
Maybe not in politics, but but in building.
Super. We have many architects and engineers in the audience. Taking what you spoke about on the main stage there before, do you have any advice to them to work together in specific ways?
Yeah, I work a lot with architects and engineers, and I also worked with people that are trying to do the impossible, and I think it's really inspiring to see people in the field, both engineers, like I know engineers from Denmark that are really pushing also even the building regulations, because they were already finding ways to exceed the regulations by, by many percentages, and I thought it was inspiring to see people that are taking this challenge not as a negative thing, but as a very creative, meaningful endeavor, instead of complaining over not doing business as usual, just feeling the urge to do the change.
Yeah, so I guess the inspiration and enthusiasm is very important there. How do you see maybe inspirations and enthusiasm on one part, and also it's the hard economic facts with the money on the other? How can we get them to work together in a sustainable way?
Yeah, of course, that's. I think there's no like seamless linear path. This involves lots of mistakes, lots of trial and error, lots of. Also a question of fairness, but people that I know that have been building sustainably, they've also found a way to do it also economically. So as soon as you start and the supply chain starts to be fixed, then you can see that it's possible also to meet almost all the standards: safety, health, planetary health, and the economics. So I've seen prototypes that meet all of it.
You spoke about in your presentation a lot about storytelling, but also about the science and numbers. How can we get those two different things to work together?
Yeah, so this is kind of what I felt was my challenge. Was like I've had talks to scientists, so I don't see myself as doing scientific, popular science that is explaining science in a simple way. I'm also explaining to scientists maybe what they found, using my storytelling to tell them back, another context, another language. And it's also like the climate language has to be renewed. We can't just say we have to act now. We have 10 more years. We can't say that endlessly. We need different approaches, and it's all, even the word climate change, like, what is it about? It's about every single element of water on our planet simultaneously being disrupted. So, you know, the permafrost, the glaciers, the sea level, the pH of the oceans, the rain, the frost, the hurricanes, basically every aspect of water that we rely on is being disrupted. So we could call it the great water disruption. It's also a question of who decided the story that we've been talking about, because it is actually a much bigger story.
Yeah, thank you very much again. And I liked, as I said, I liked your presentation. And one of the things that I will try to remember is that one whisper can make change in 150 years. I like that mind thought.
Yeah. What we do now resonates the whole 150 years into the future. So the time to start is now.
Thank you very much, Andri. Thank you having you here.